smoothness. He did not envy it. He had long ago decided that certain sorts of success did not interest him, but it was still entertaining to see a successful man at work. Everything about Gerald was right. The beautifully cut charcoal grey pinstriped suit, the residual tan from an August spent with his family in their villa in Corsica, the silver hair cut just long enough to be trendy, the chunky gold ring and identity bracelet, the almost imperceptible aura of expensive aftershave. Charles was always amazed by people who could live like figures in glossy magazines, and by people who wanted to. For him, the basic challenge of getting from day to day more than occupied his time. The sweets were sorted out, and they both tucked into monster slices of strawberry gatto. Charles wiped a stray blob of cream from the side of his mouth and asked, "What's been happening, Gerald?" "In the show, you mean?" "Yes. There must be something strange for you to go to these lengths to get me involved." "Oh, yes. Two things have happened. They may both have been accidents, and they may be completely unconnected, but it's just possible that someone's trying to sabotage the whole venture." Well, what were the accidents? The first came on the second day of rehearsal. There was a guy called Frederick Wooland who was rehearsal pianist for the show. As he was on the way to the Welsh Dragon Club where they're rehearsing, he was shot at. Shot at? You mean someone tried to kill him? Oh, no, not really. It was only an air rifle. He just got a pellet in his hand. Not very serious, except that he won't be able to play for a couple of weeks, and they've had to find a new rehearsal pianist. Well, usually if you hear of someone being shot at with an air rifle, it's just kids fooling about. Oh, yes, I agree. That may well be what it was in this case. It's a fairly rough area down there. Well, where is the Welsh Dragon Club? Elephant and Castle. Presumably the pianist didn't see who shot at him. No. First thing he knew was a stinging pain in his hand. Were the police told? Oh, yes, it was all official. They seemed to think it was kids. No great surprise. It's not the first time that it's happened round there. Well, in that case, I can't see why you think there's anything odd about it. It doesn't sound as if it had anything to do with the show at all. Perhaps the only lesson is that management should be prepared to pay a bit more money to get rehearsal rooms in slightly nicer areas. He pronounced the last two words in his best Kensington lady accent. Okay, yes, I admit on its own that doesn't sound much. But exactly a week later there was another accident, the day before yesterday. Well, what happened this time? One of the actors fell down some stairs and broke his leg. Where? At the rehearsal rooms? No, at his digs. So why should that have anything to do with the show? Well, it's just a coincidence of the two of them, exactly a week apart, at exactly the same time of day, both people in the show. Well, what time of day was it? Early in the morning, both times. Frederick Wooland was shot on his way to rehearsal, say at 9:45, and Everard Ostick was found in his digs at about 9:30 this Tuesday. Did you say Everard Ostick? Yes. Charles burst out laughing. You can't be serious. What do you mean? Well, Everard Ostick is the greatest piss artist in the business. He's a bottle-a-day man, always drunk out of his mind. If you think that him having a fall in his digs is a sign of foul play, you're way off beam. I'd be much more suspicious if a day went by when he didn't fall down something. Gerald looked discomfited. I thought the coincidence was too great. I mean, both on the same day. Well, it doesn't sound much to me. Listen, Gerald, I'm very grateful to you for getting me this job, and certainly once I get inside the company I will investigate anything that needs investigating. But from what you've said, I'm not going to have much to do. Is that really all you've got? Well, I suppose that's all the actual facts. But it means that the show has got off to an unlucky start, and they don't want anything to go wrong. There's a lot of money at stake. Whose money? Gerald didn't rise to the bait. Amulet Productions are putting up most of it, and they're working in association with Arthur Balcom, who is one of my clients, hence my involvement. I see. All the big boys. Yes. And then, of course, Christopher Milton has a stake because he's got the rights of the show. Christopher Milton? Yes. He bought it as a vehicle for himself. Really? Or didn't you know? Gerald, you didn't tell me anything. You just asked if I would be prepared to take a part in a West End musical for 9 months and keep my eyes open for any possible sabotage attempts. You've told me nothing about the show. But I see now it's this musical based on She Stoops to Conquer, isn't it? That's right. I've seen stuff about it in the press. Now let me think, he mused facetiously. If it's a musical based on She Stoops to Conquer for a West End audience, then what would it be called? How about conquers, with an exclamation mark? No, it was going to be, said Gerald with complete seriousness, but then it was decided that that didn't really give the right impression of the sort of show it is. So what's it called now? Lumpkin. With an exclamation mark? Of course. With Christopher Milton as Tony Lumpkin? Of course. That was another reason for the title. It means a neat billing. Christopher Milton as Lumpkin. See what I mean? Yes, I do. Tony Lumpkin. Of course. One of the all-time great upstaging parts. What's the script like? Gerald was reticent. Well, it's okay. Anything to do with Goldsmith? No, he hasn't any money in it. I didn't mean Goldsmith the impresario. I meant Oliver Goldsmith, who wrote the thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I think the show makes the occasional nod in his direction. But presumably it's not designed for fans of Oliver Goldsmith. No, it's designed for fans of Christopher Milton. He's riding very high at the moment with the telly show at the top of the ratings. What telly show? Oh, come on, Charles, don't be affected. You must have seen Straight Up, Gov. I don't think I have. I'm not a great telly viewer. He did not possess a television in his Bayswater bed-sitter. He was not enthusiastic about the medium. It was a necessary evil for his career as an actor because it was well paid, but he had never enjoyed the work or the product. Well, let me enlighten your ignorance. The show gets massive audience figures, and it has made Christopher Milton just about the hottest property around. He's very big box office. So it doesn't really matter what show you put him in. Ah, but it does, and Lumpkin is just right. Could make a lot of money. That's why the people I represent, are so anxious that nothing should go wrong, either to the show or to the star. I see. Who's written it? Well, it's basically a show which the Ipswich Warehouse Company put on last year to celebrate the bicentenary of Goldsmith's death. Oh, yes, I remember reading a notice of that in the stage. What was it called then? Liberty Hall. That's right. Book by a chap called Kevin McMahon, with music by some bloke whose name I forget. Anyway, Christopher Milton's agent, Dickie Peck. Do you know him, by the way? By reputation. Well, he went down and saw the show and reckoned it had potential for his boy, got Christopher Milton himself down to see it, and they bought up the rights. I think they got them pretty cheap. Could be a good investment. I mean, the stage show should run at least a couple of years on Christopher Milton's name, and then there might be a chance of a film. And the script is more or less as at Ipswich? Hardly. No, there's been quite a lot of surgery. They've scrapped the original music and lyrics, or most of them anyway, and got in Carl Anthony and Mickey Gorton to write new ones. You look at me as if I should have heard of them. Well, you certainly should, Charles. They've written a whole string of top 10 hits. Heart Doctor, Gimme No More Lies, Disposable Man, all that lot. Ah. Really, Charles, you are square. Gerald prided himself on his sudden knowledge of the pop scene. Some of us age quicker than others, man. Gerald ignored the dig. The new music is excellent. It fits the style of the period, but it's also very funky. He tried too hard to deliver the last word naturally. Charles laughed. It sounds a riot. I hope I don't have to sing anything funky. I wouldn't know where to begin. Incidentally, I should have asked before, what part am I playing? You're playing Sir Charles Marlowe. Do you know the play? Yes, I did a production of it once in Cardiff, with Bernard Walton, of all people, when he was very new in the business. He played young Marlowe, his first starring role. And I'm the father. Only comes in at the end. That's right. Good. Why good? Last act parts are good. You can spend the whole evening in the pub. It was Everard Ostick's part, said Gerald reprovingly. Ah, yes, that was probably his downfall. A lifetime of last act parts is the short route to alcoholism. Gerald pondered for a moment. I sometimes think I drink too much. Difficult to avoid in my line of work. Occupational hazard. That's what I feel about my line of work too, Charles agreed. Though I must admit at times I worry about the amount I put away. Yes. There was a reflective pause. Then Gerald said, How about a brandy? Love one. When it arrived, Charles raised his glass. Many thanks, Gerald. This is the most painless audition I've ever undergone. My pleasure. Incidentally, I don't know anything about the timescale on this show yet. What's this, the second week of rehearsal? That's right, 2nd of 5. Then the show does 1 week in Leeds. Ah, Leeds. Friends up there? You could say that.